In terms of talking about the actual system, we believe that everything you touch is an opportunity to be great. And John Wooden says, make every day your masterpiece. So the pursuit of excellence isn't picking and choosing things. And I'm also not a believer in eyewash. And so it's not about faking stuff. It's about genuinely understanding why doing something at a high level makes you better or shapes your mindset to be great in all areas. And we know we're not going to be perfect. So systems are understanding simplicity in how we take care of our things, our locker. We lease our facility. We have basically, if you built it from scratch now, a $45 million facility. It has the 10th greatest capacity in all college baseball. We're stewards of that facility, and so we want to take care of it. And that's our lockers, that's our equipment, that's our gear, that's taking care of the cages. We go to every class. This team set a record for highest cumulative GPA in a semester in Bradley baseball program history. They feel the love and the affection from the staff, and I think that they're giving back to each other. They also feel how unique they all are, and that even the 7 returners, they're just as new to what we're doing, and we're just as new. So I think the coaches, the players, we all feel like we are one and the same. We're on the same playing field in terms of we're doing this all together. And it's going to be imperfect, but we know how we're going to miss. So the quote, I don't know where I'm going, but I know how I want to get there. I think these guys are believers in that, and everything has a system underneath it, but we're big believers in how we do things. For us, everything begins with the people. We're fortunate to have an awesome coaching staff. We've got 6 coaching staff members total, and all of them are extremely kind and empathetic, great teachers that care deeply about our players, and you have to have that. And the process after that certainly gets into the weeds of player development. And for us, we want players who are curious and who are obsessed. And so we got the opportunity this summer to recruit almost the entire team, 29 new players. And so getting to put our fingerprints on that, we were making sure we got players who had those things, that were really obsessed about the game, they loved it, and they wanted to get better. And so that they could squeeze the juice out of our coaching staff, and so we can really be symbiotic and work together. So I think we've got a group of people between the players and the coaches that love being together every day, and that makes it really fun to learn. College baseball it's electric at the highest levels. You talk to a big leaguer and they'll tell you that college baseball is as fun basically as the MLB postseason. And so we want to give that opportunity to these kids and to these coaches, and that's an opportunity, but certainly a challenge too. We want players, like we said, who are curious and who are obsessed. We're going to play gas pedal down, meaning we're going to be aggressive in how we think, how we play, how we communicate, and we want the environment to be a lot of fun, to be joyful. And so we're very high standards, because the pursuit of excellence is worthwhile, and it's the process where we're going to have a lot of things that are really cool happen. We want guys that want to win championships. We want guys that want to be pros, and we're not afraid to talk about becoming a professional every day. But that's really the core for us. It's not about getting things in this program, it's about becoming things. And so we aim to become a pro, we aim to become a champion, then all the fancy things will come with those, and we'll really enjoy the process together. So certainly we're hyper-focused on a lot of process things like quality at bats and A3P, and we're aggressive in the way we think about those. But for us, the player development model is about meeting every player where they are. So we've got the returning players and then the 29 new players who all are really on the precipice of becoming great players. They have talent and ability and skill, and so we're trying to figure out what's the low-hanging fruit for them to become a pro. What's next for them, whether it's velocity, it's movement, it's pitch shape, it's tunneling. For a lot of these young men, it's their belief in themselves or the mental game through the adversity, right? And figuring out what that sweet spot is. And so we got a very empathetic coaching staff that cares a lot about people, and we're on fire to develop them, but the development is very individualized for us. One of the most important changes is that Division I baseball is no longer handcuffed by 11.7 scholarships. And there's the opportunity with a 34-person roster to supplement all of their aid. Now, even if your school doesn't have 34 scholarships, you can be creative and bring it in, fundraise it, earn it. And so schools are really only limited by their work ethic and their creativity, which I think are going to be hallmarks of this program. But in the meantime, we've shrunk the rosters. So because you got to get down to 34 by December 1 now, some of the bigger schools that have been notorious for having 55, 60-person tryouts and not having to decide who their roster is going to be until February 16th, they've got to make that call on December 1, and so there's going to be smaller rosters in August, which means it's a little bit smaller of a gap. And so my belief is that where you've seen the Kent States and what was a mid-major, Coastal Carolina, Oral Roberts, Murray State in our conference last year that hop and make Omaha, I think it's going to be a higher percentage of those teams, because the ability to truly recruit and not miss, to truly develop players, to stick with players who are hitting 180 or have a 7 ERA and get them to help you win a championship, the ability to keep kids healthy, right, in terms of sleep, hydration, nutrition, not just what you can give them, but what you can teach them, what you can help them become. I think the abilities to do that are going to really change the landscape of college baseball and shrink the gap between the haves and the have-nots. And our league has produced, the Missouri Valley Conference, 4 super regional teams in the last 5 years. It's also been 4 different teams. And so it's really cauldrons for success nationally. And so I don't think there's ever been a better time to be in college baseball generally, at the same time that it's a really cool and special time to be here at Bradley.
The biggest thing that we preached all summer and what we're doing right now for the junior college guys that we're recruiting, and the 27s and 26s that we're recruiting, is we want this to be a place where they feel like that they're getting better every single day. We truly believe in player development, and I think our guys can attest, that we want them to be able to look up and in a week to 2 week to 3 week span and be like, man, I look like a completely different person than from when I started. And the processes that we've had in place with obviously getting, you guys has been a huge part of it. I've been a junior college guy my whole life, where it was, you had what you had, right? And so be able to utilize the resources that we have to us and get all that information has been huge, to be able to then take that data and then put it into guys' plans and keep honing in their daily routines. Like I said, that's how we won a lot of games when I was at the junior college level, was organization, structure, and routine. And we still believe in that, but we also want to be able to utilize the mocaps and the tech that we have with from, like I said, the mocaps, TrackMan stuff, and be able to kind of combine both worlds together to really make the process easy for our players, it seems like.
We want to develop pros and we want to develop champions, and there's certainly going to be much more physical players who become pros. And so we were going to recruit big, scary, physical human beings. And a lot of the fastest runners in the country are big and physical. And so we think we can hit a lot of home runs, steal a lot of bases, and throw the baseball really hard with big physical guys. So that's how we're going to recruit broadly. Now we have some high skill players certainly that fit in different spots that might not be 6'3", but a lot of our guys are 6'3", 6'6", 6'7". But player development for us is, again, very, very uniquely individual for what that player needs, which means we've got to figure out how they think, how they move, what experiences they've had. So there's a lot of getting to know the player, a lot of curiosity from us, a lot of question asking from us. And then the tools that are most important for us are the ones that allow us to uniquely coach them. So HitTrax allows us to uniquely coach a player based upon his swing decisions, his ball flight, how he hits the baseball. I believe that playing multiple sports is a really healthy thing. That said, if you're playing basketball, there are challenges to preparing for the baseball season. And if you want to be a healthy baseball player, let alone a great baseball player, it just takes what it takes in terms of moving your arm and throwing the baseball. And 30,000-foot view, we encourage our players to continue throwing. We have very few players that actually have large shutdowns. There maybe are a couple for a couple weeks, but there's a lot of continuing to move the arm. I think a lot of the science and the research now shows that that's going to help more sustainability and health. Alan Jaeger talks about how, if you shut down for 4 weeks, your on-ramp really needs to be 8. Well, that's 12 weeks. And, most high school kids aren't aware of that, let alone preparing or planning for that intentionally. And that's where a lot of injuries can happen when you're already throwing 90, 92, or even 85 when you're 16 years old. So, also I think, even some of our commits, talking with a couple commits last week that they're throwing 3 days a week right now. We're like, nope, that isn't what we talked about, and we need to get together and redesign your plan. And what are the hurdles for you that are getting in the way of you throwing 4, 5, 6 days a week right now, so that we can, even if it's just a lighter catch play day, moving the arm, recovery work to maximize the blood flow, etc. And those conversations have to be had. And for us, we want to be intentional with our commits. We tell guys, if they commit to come play for us, development doesn't start when you show up on our campus. It starts the second that you commit to us. We want to see videos. We want to have conversations with you about your defense, your catch play, your nutrition, all of that stuff, so that if we help you get so good that you're a 7th rounder in high school, then go. And we'll pop the champagne bottle with you.